Family, it's Providence. Thanks for tuning in. Kendrick is officially got the other member of the big three apologizing. Drake put out an Instagram story saying, "This comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself." So not only did Kendrick have J. Cole apologizing for beefing with him, feeling sorry for the fact that he put out a diss record and might delete later, actually deleted it off his album. Now we got Drake apologizing to himself and saying that this comeback is personal. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, okay? As a Drake fan, this pissed me off, okay? This pissed me off, man. Because I have been arguing and will continue to argue, because it is my firmest of conviction that Drake got jumped out of nowhere in a 20v1 and he stood tall. He came out on top, in my opinion, but the people hate him and will not give him the recognition he deserves. It has been my opinion that Drake put out the best music in the battle, that Family Matters is a classic. In my opinion, it will be seen as the best diss record of all time. In time, it is a masterpiece, a tour de force. It is a orchestra of 3 acts, a beginning, middle, and the end. 3 acts in that beautifully composed diss record, where the bars was tight, the beats was tight, and everything was fire. And he made the better music and out-rap Kendrick. That has been my firmest of convictions. But somehow this message from Drake seems to be some sort of tacit admission that he lost, or that maybe he's upset about and apologizing for the fact that maybe he didn't go hard enough, or he should have did something different, or whatever the case may be. But in the eyes of the people, he lost. Well, I got news for you, Drake. You shouldn't be apologizing. There's nothing to apologize for. You got jumped 20v1 and you stood your ground. Even if you wanted to argue that you lost the battle, even if you want to say, all right, Kendrick got you, you still put hands on Metro Boomin, you put hands on Rick Ross, you put hands on Rocky, Weeknd, Future, all them dudes dropping double albums trying to diss you. You went to town. You cleared them. What you apologizing for? You came out on top. You're still the #1 rapper in the game. And the stats and the metrics back that up. Now you want to talk about how, man, this comeback is personal and I need to apologize to yourself? What did Kendrick got? What did he do to y'all that got y'all apologizing, man? Man, the big three is in shambles over this dude, man. Shambles. You know what? I gotta give Kendrick some credit. Okay, I know people will say I'm a delusional Drake fan and I'm living in my own world. Fine, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna always trust my judgment over y'all's. I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the culture blindly. I make my own thoughts, my own opinions. I reason how I want to reason. It's as simple as that. My assessment of the battle was Drake that he won, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Since the battle till now, I have seen this push that Kendrick has gotten as completely fabricated, fictitious industry push by an industry that hates Drake and hate the fact that he's been winning for so long. And they propped up Kendrick and gave him everything that they needed to continue to push the edge and to claim this false #1 title that they say he claimed that he is. And Kendrick likes to portray himself as someone who's anti-industry, but he is the rapper that is celebrated by the industry the most, bar none, without question. But this post by Drake has got me reassessing and making me think to myself, maybe I'm not giving Kendrick enough credit. Maybe I'm not. Because if this guy has the other 2 members of the big three in shambles and apologizing and doing all kinds of deep introspection and oh my God, one guy's apologizing to Kendrick, the other guy's apologizing to himself for his failures, and I'm like, man, Kendrick really did it to y'all. I'm forced to admit that maybe I have not been giving Kendrick enough credit for the fact that he succeeded in making these guys feel some type of way. Even though in my eyes, and I'm not obviously, clearly, I'm not living Drake's life. I don't have Drake's experiences. He's gonna have a completely different perspective on this than me. I'm just an observer, and a distant observer at that. Drake doesn't even know I exist, okay? But as a fan of the music, looking at this, I am seriously wondering, why is Drake apologizing? To himself? For what? Standing 10 tones down when you got jumped by an entire industry and your own record label and artists who ain't like you and jealous of you because you helped them cook up for years? Even Kendrick Lamar, they turned on you and they tried to end you, and you still in the game. What's there to apologize? You shouldn't be feeling no type of way. Well, you wish that the culture gave you your props? Well, you know the culture's not gonna give you your props. The culture has never given you your props. What, apologizing because you didn't come out the victor in their eyes? When has the culture ever wanted to give you your props for anything, Drake? Every time you drop an album, they say it's trash. They come back 2 to 5 years later, they say it's great. They may even say it's a classic. Every time in the moment, they always say, whatever you do, whether it's an album or this battle or whatever, they say it's trash. That's what they do. And then they come back later and recognize how great it was. And they'll be doing the same thing for this battle. Honestly, I think 5, 10, 15 years from now, they'll come back and they'll go pound for pound, song for song, and see that Drake did the more creative, better diss records than Kendrick. I'm sorry. That is my firmest of convictions. So I really want to know what Drake is talking about when he say he apologizing to himself. For what? You stood your ground. You did what you did. The people hate you. They will not ever declare you to be the winner because they cannot stand you and they want to see you take L's. And they was only waiting for Kendrick to stop, dropping these dark horror music songs. And soon as Kendrick gave them a bop, they hyped it up and ran with it. I'm sorry, it is what it is. That's how I assess the battle. Cool little one-liners in there, A minor and all of that. But thanks to DJ Mustard, you had a beat you could dance to, and that was it. But clearly, I'm not giving Kendrick enough props. So I don't know what to make of this. In my opinion, I'm still always going to assess the music for what it is. But I'm not going to lie. As a Drake fan, this little IG story pissed me off because Kendrick Lamar has the big 3 in shambles. And now Drake thinks that Iceman has to be some redemption. Boy, you don't need to be redeemed. At least not in the music sense. We all need to be redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ. But outside of that, this little redemption arc, don't buy into the cultural narratives, my dude. You're him. You've always been him, whether or not the people recognize it. And you bodied Kendrick. Yes, you did. So stop apologizing, okay? Anyway, it's been Providence. That's my thoughts. I had to come on here and rant. Let me know if you think I'm tripping in the comment section. If you enjoyed my take, or if you didn't enjoy my take, please hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know why you ain't like what I had to say in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. It's Providence. I'll see you guys in the next video.